probably just verse 1 and 2. I think, yeah. All right. Well, thank you for coming tonight to pray for our trunk or treat. It's like in the message this morning, the first thing that the disciples were called to do was to spend time with Jesus, just to be with him. And if we're not praying about the things that we're trying to do for the Lord, then what's the point? You know, we've got to be with him. We've got to acknowledge that he's the one that has to work. It's not about our plans or our strategies or anything like that. It's about him working in hearts. And so thank you for coming tonight to pray about these things. Let's look just briefly at John 1. It's there on your sheet. John 1 and verse 4. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. There was a man sent from God whose name was John. The same came for a witness, to bear witness of that light, that all men through him might believe. He was not that light, but was sent to bear witness of that light. That was the true light, which lighteth every man that cometh into the world. And so, as we pray about our trunk or treat, we know that there is a lot of darkness in this world, and Halloween is one of those holidays that some people use as an opportunity to celebrate darkness, to celebrate death. It's this weird human need that we have, and it manifests itself in different cultures, to kind of take the seriousness away from death and evil and things like that. And in Mexico, they have the Day of the Dead and things like that. And so Jesus is the light. And we know that light will always defeat darkness. You can't have any kind of darkness that light won't overcome. And Jesus is the light. And that's all we want to do, is just share the light with people on a day where a lot of people celebrate darkness. And so we'll kind of go through the list and just give you some ideas on what to pray, and then we'll sing right before we go out. So just different places where you can go and pray, different things to pray about. If you stay here in the auditorium, just pray for volunteers. This is one of those things that everyone can participate. Unless someone has a specific activity that they're already committed to, my prayer would be that everyone in our church participates in some shape or fashion. And we need more volunteers. We need more people to host cars. We need people to do the different stations. We still need someone to do the Bible work in the Bible story room. And so pray that more people would volunteer. The lobby office area, just pray for, we need lots of candy donations. So I know some people, if they can't be here, they want to donate candy to it. Just pray for the leaders, for the logistics, that we wouldn't miss any details. Another place you can go to pray is the trunk or treat banner out there. Just go out by the banner and pray that word will spread about this event. Last year we had lots of people that said they came because they saw the banner, So pray for that, just that our community would know that we care about them, that this is a place that we're not just concerned about our church. We want to be a blessing to the community. Room 7, which is right over this way, the doors are open there. That's where the arts and crafts are going to be, so pray for good one-on-one interactions with the kids and with the parents as they go through there. The welcome station, this is an important place for Trunk or Treat. It's where everybody enters the event. It's the gate that separates the big parking lot back there, and there's a walk-in gate right next to the building. So just pray that we'd have friendly greeters out there. We're going to be giving out flyers with information on upcoming events, kids ministry, things like that. So pray that will not just be thrown away and forgotten about. Pray that we'll get information from people so that we can continue to invite them. So if they give us their phone number, email address, we'll send them a big mass email at Easter to invite them to church. We'll send them information about Vacation Bible School. So pray that we'll get good information there. Room 8 is where we're going to do the Bible story time. So again, still need workers and a teacher for that. Just pray that it'll be a good experience where it makes kids want to come back to church. And the other thing I put on there is that parents would be burdened to bring kids to church. There are hundreds of parents, I guarantee, within the vicinity of our church who grew up going to church themselves but have not raised their kids in church. And you'll meet them all the time. You'll talk to them all the time where they say, yeah, I really need to get my kids in church. And the reality is, it's like, well, you need to be in church too. It's not just your kids. But I'm just praying that God will use that they'll come, hear a Bible story, and go, yeah, my kids need this every week, and just be burdened about that. The parking lots, just as people come in, pray that God will bring some that are aware of their spiritual needs, not just wanting candy. The purpose of this event is not to get candy into the hands of children. That there's going to be plenty of that going on, but that also people that, like I just described, people who know they're missing something, people who know their kids are missing something by not knowing the Lord, by not being in church. So pray that God will bring those kinds of people. The area where all the trunks are going to be, pray for good interactions with kids, parents, that gospel conversations would be started. This is such a great opportunity for our church members to just talk to people, to meet people in our community, unbelievers, and that they would, as the Spirit leads, just start conversations. And obviously you're not going to probably pull out the Romans Road and go through it with, as people are just coming by getting candy, but anytime you can have a conversation about spiritual things and get people thinking and letting them know that you're someone they can talk to, that you're interested in them, that's a good thing. That our church people would take these opportunities to invite people to church, invite people to kids ministry, to your connection group, your Sunday school class, our language ministries. When you have people come by that obviously another language besides English is their primary language, let them know that we have these other language ministries. The playgrounds, just pray for safety. I forgot to specify in here the jump houses that we're going to be renting, because those can be chaotic. and a little dangerous. So pray for safety there, and the kids would remember this as a fun and safe place, not as the place where they broke their arm, you know. So just pray about that. The picnic tables. It's such a perfect location as kids are going around and getting candy. A lot of the grandparents or parents that come, they just sit there at the picnic tables. And it's a great opportunity if some of our workers aren't doing anything at the moment to just go by and meet people and talk to people. I did a lot of that last year. So pray about that. Pray for the food logistics, you know, cotton candy, popcorn, whatever else we're able to do that night. Just pray that those things will go well. And then just another idea, this last one, you would have to do this only as opposed to all those other ones because it'll take some time. And there's a mistake. We lived by Newland for a long time, so I had Newland in my head. I don't expect you to walk from here all the way over to Newland. That would be a really long walk. I meant New Hope, okay? So if you just walk this block, so from Euclid, just go up to McFadden, over to New Hope, to Edinger, or the other way, Edinger, you know. And if you want, you could just spend the entire time just doing one lap around. It's about 2 miles. I looked it up on the map. So you could do that and get back here by 6:50 if you hustle a little bit. But just praying for our neighborhood, where God has put us right here in this neighborhood, and maybe God would burden you to just walk the neighborhood or walk through the streets, however you want to do it. Pray as we distribute flyers on Saturday that they would find the right homes, that our church would just have an impact in this community. And then again, we have a lot of people in this neighborhood that don't speak English, or that's not their primary language, and so pray that that they would be able to take advantage of our language ministries. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and sing, and then we'll let you go out and pray. So as we talk about shining the light through the darkness, we're going to sing Shine, Jesus, Shine. Let's go ahead and stand up, and we'll sing, and then we'll go. Lord, the light of your love is shining in the midst of the darkness, shining. Jesus, light of the world, shine upon us. Set us free by the truth you now bring us. Shine on me. Shine, Jesus, shine. Fill this land with the Father's glory. Bless in the place. Set our hearts on fire. Glory the Lord. Love the nations with grace and mercy. Send forth the word. Lord, and let there be light. Amen. Let's go out and pray and just be back here about 6:50.